What's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy J Gamer back at it again with another video, man. And this time we're going over UFC 230, which is taking place in Madison Square Garden, November 3rd. We finally got a main event. DC versus Derrick Lewis, man. DC's going to be defending his heavyweight belt for the first time. I think DC's going to be the first guy to defend both belts. If DC does that, I think he's going to be the greatest UFC fighter of all time. Derrick Lewis just fought October 6th, and now he's fighting for the belt November 3rd. Pretty risky move, but you got to do what you got to do when you want a title shot. You get a title shot, you take it right away, and I respect Derrick Lewis for that, man. He's a freaking great fighter. He put on a great fight against Alexander, came back in the end and knocked him out. So it's going to be a very interesting fight, man. I think I might purchase some tickets and go down there and watch this because it's going to be epic. The first fight we're going to go over is Israel, the Last Stylebender versus Derek Brunson. Israel is one of the up-and-coming fighters, freaking amazing. People are calling him the next John Jones. I agree with it, man. He looks really good. His striking is very technical. He doesn't rush anything. He sits back and just picks his shots, and he's really good, man. Really, really good kickboxer. Real good takedown defense. Derek Brunson is in for a shitstorm of striking, man. I don't feel Derrick Lewis is capable of being Israel right now. Derrick Lewis does a lot of wild stuff that I see Israel just picking apart, you know? Derrick Lewis is a pretty aggressive, wild fighter. He fights pretty wild and weird. I see Israel finishing him in the first round, honestly. It's going to be easy work for Israel, man. Easy work. All right, so the next fight is going to be David Branch versus Jacare Souza. Jacare is coming off a loss. He fought Kelvin Gastelum. Kevin finished him. David Branch is coming off a win. He fought Thiago Santos and demolished him, man. I feel David Branch got this one. He's a fresher fighter. He's coming off of a win. He's a really good striker, black belt in jiu-jitsu, but that doesn't really mean nothing when you're fighting Jacare Souza. He's one of the best Brazilian jiu-jitsu practitioner of all time. But Jacare is up there in age, and I feel like it's time for David Branch. I feel like it's David Branch time. David Branch is just, he's a better striker. I feel like David Branch is just going to be too much for Jacare, too explosive, too quick. And I see David Branch finishing Jacare in the second round. Jacare has a chance if the fight goes to the ground, obviously, but I see David Branch finishing him in the second round. So this one is going to be Luke Rockhold versus Chris Weidman, part 2. In the first fight, we all know Luke won. He had a staph infection. He was on antibiotics. He still won. Chris is coming off a win. He finished Kelvin Gastelum, and Kelvin Gastelum right now is fighting for the belt. So that's pretty crazy. But Chris has been looking pretty good. Luke just got knocked out by Yoel. Before that, he finished David Branch. But with Luke Rockhold, you can never tell where this guy is going. Sometimes he looks so impressive. Sometimes just like, damn, this man could be the best middleweight of all time. And then he gets knocked out, or he does little stupid technical stuff and really messes up his career, man. I believe Luke will be a way better fighter at 205. That weight cut to get down to 185, man, it's not worth it. DC's going to retire pretty soon, so I feel like as soon as DC's out of the picture, he's going to move up to 205. These guys at AKA, man, they sacrifice a lot for their teammates, you know? DC's a heavyweight, but he fights at 205 out of respect for Cain Velasquez. Luke Rockhold, he's a natural 205er, but he fights at 185 out of respect for his friend. If I had to bet my money on it, I'll go with Chris right now, man. Chris is looking way better right now. His striking is looking really good. And when Chris goes in there and mix it up with the striking and the wrestling, it's pretty hard to beat Chris too, man. And I don't know what happened the first time they fought, but Chris, he did not look good. He was doing stuff that he never did before when he tried to do that spin kick, whatever the hell he tried to do, man. But I see Chris Weidman winning this one, man. I see Chris just mixing it up with the striking and the wrestling and just grinding, putting that grind on Luke Rockhold. Luke, you never know. This is a very hard one to predict, but if I had to bet my money on it, man, I'll go with Chris Weidman. All right, so let's move on to the main event. Daniel Cormier versus the Black Beast, Derrick Lewis, man.
I'm here with the winner, Derrick Lewis. Derrick, why'd you take your pants off?
My balls was hot.
Man, this is going to be a very interesting fight. Very interesting fight. Derrick Lewis just fought October 6th. Now he's fighting for the belt November 3rd. After his fight, This man said, I ain't ready for no title shot. I need to work on my cardio because he could barely get past the 3rd round.
I need to sit my black ass down and do some more cardio. What you talking about right now? I ain't trying to fight for no title right now. Not with no gas tank like that.
Now he's gonna fight a 5-round fight with one of the best conditioned fighters, one of the best fighters, period. Derrick Lewis, man, take the opportunity as they come, man. Take it quick, man, but shit, you're fighting DC, man. You're fighting the champ. DC is no joke. DC is better at heavyweight, as we seen, man. I believe DC is gonna run through Derrick Lewis. It's gonna be a lot of wrestling. I hope DC doesn't try to stand up and strike with him. DC could do it, but that's pretty risky to stand up and strike with Derrick Lewis, because all it takes with Derrick Lewis is one punch and it's done. So I see DC playing it smart and mixing it up, wrestling, striking, wear out Derrick Lewis. As we know, Derrick Lewis' cardio is not that good. He relies on his power, and I just see DC just doing what DC does, man. You know, Cain Velasquez style, just a lot of pressure, wrestling, ground and pound, and just wearing Derrick Lewis out, man. Derrick, by the 3rd, 4th round, Derrick Lewis is gonna be in a shithole, just exhausted, because that's what DC does to you, man. DC and Cain, man, they're workhorses, man. They're workhorses, and at that weight, these guys walk around at like what, 250, 260, and the amount of pressure and the output these guys put out at that weight, man, it's ridiculous. Honestly scary. And I hope DC could be the first guy in UFC history to defend both belts. That will be freaking epic. Let me know if you guys think DC's gonna be the first guy to defend both belts and then, you know, just sail off in the sunset and retire, because he says he's retiring in March. So yeah, man, UFC 230 is gonna be an epic card, and let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video, man. And it's your boy Jay Gamer, out of here, bro.